Let's look at this percentage problem. Look up on the board very carefully. We are going to solve it step by step. 30% of what number is 54? 30% of what number? What number? Let's say y is 54. Here is multiplication. Here is equal to. Is equal to. Okay, let's rewrite it. Solution. Follow carefully. 30%, okay, of y, which is a certain number we don't know, is equal to 54. What is holding 30% and y is multiplication, but we are looking for y. Therefore, we have to make y the subject of formula. For us to make y the subject of formula, we divide both sides by 30%. Are you following? 30%, we cancel 30%. What we have left is y is equal to 54 over 30%. Remember, y represents that certain number, that number. 30% of what number is 54? That number is what y is representing. Therefore, 54 over 30%, let us sort out the value of 30% first. 30% simply means 30 over 100. 0 can cancel 0. Since you have 10 here, so only 1 0, so you move 1 point. Therefore, what we now have is, this is 0.3, okay? So what we now have is 54 over 0.3. You are free to use your calculator. 54 divided by 0.3 gives you 180. Therefore, 30% of what number? That number is 180. Is equal to 54. Let's do a little fact check. Let's make it real. If we are saying that 30% of 180 is 54, let us find also the 30%, that's the value of 30% of 180, if it will give us 54. If you are saying that 30% of a certain number is 54, now that we have found that that number is 180, so let us now find the 30% of 180, if it will give us 54 or not. Let's go. 30% of 180. This is the same thing as 30% times 180. Is the same thing as 30 over 100 times 180, right? 0, we cancel 0. What we have here is 3. 3 times 180 will give you 540. Here is over 1. 10 times 1 will give you what? 10. 540 divided by 10, 0, we cancel 0. What we have left is 54. 54 divided by 1 gives you what? 54. 180 is that certain number. I hope you understand the process. You can watch the video again to be able to understand how we got the certain number as 180, and we also have to do some mathematical checks to also discover that 54 is still correct. This is Student Affairs. Follow for more.